coming up on At Your Leisure.
Hey, I'm Scott.
And I'm Tanya.
We're cruising tonight at a classic car cruise. Come check it out.
I'm Will Oxley, and if you can't decide between sand dunes or rock crawling, then why not do both on Trail Plan B?
And I'm Reece Stein. Coming up, the notorious drug capital of Medellin, Colombia.
You know what, Tanya? I think I am in Chevy heaven right here.
Yes, absolutely.
I call it baseball, hot dogs, apple pie, and Chevrolet. That pretty much covers it all right
America, yes.
now. Everybody, welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Scott Huntsman.
And I'm Tanya Huntsman.
You know, we're here at Jordan Landing in West Jordan, Utah, for a J.C. Hackett Oldies Production Cruise Night. And it's a Wednesday. And this happens here at Jordan Landing the first Wednesday of every month all the way through October.
That's awesome.
You know, and it's a great time. There's oldies playing in the background. We've got nothing but 60s, 50s, 40s, whatever.
I love the late 60s, early 70s hot rods.
You're a muscle car woman,
yes,
because
absolutely.
I introduced her to it. 20 years ago, almost to the day.
Oh my
Maybe
gosh,
just
it's
give
been
it,
20
I
years.
guess about a month.
Yeah.
We're from our 20th anniversary of meeting together. But what we've done is I've made a car girl out of you, because one of our first dates was go to a car event.
Oh, I was a car girl before. Sorry.
I just really brought it out a little bit better.
Yes.
That's all I want to know. Hey, we've dodged a little bit of rain. We're in good shape. There's a great vibe here. There's plenty of cool cars here. Let's check it all out.
It's a really good excuse to drive the car, you know? I'd much rather drive it than have it sit in the garage, and I'd much rather drive it than work on it. I'm to a point where it doesn't need to be worked on very often, so I gotta drive it.
I used to sell night crawlers, 25 cents a dozen. Saved up enough to buy a lawnmower for 25 bucks. Built me a go-kart with it. And so since then, it's just gone on and on.
Yeah, I've always been a first-gen Camaro guy. I had one in high school, like I said, and I've just always liked the body style. I like the fact you can take a coupe Camaro and make it look like not an SS, not a Z, not a RS. You can make it look like a Pro Street, Pro Touring. So many different personalities you can give the Camaro, so that's why I like them.
This isn't a hobby, it's an addiction. We have 6 classic cars. You gonna correct me? We'd have to count them up. Yeah, we got 6 classic cars.
I just stand by him and I do
50
what he
years.
asks me.
We're going on
years.
51 years.
Yes, and we enjoy it. I love driving the cars when I can. Oh, the family, they just love you. They come out and enjoy themselves, and we just try to entertain them and help them out.
I love the vibe of the car show.
I know, and I hear it goes once a month.
Yeah, it's the first Wednesday of every month here in Jordan Landing, but he does it all over the valley.
We should come more often.
I know, we got to get to more of them. I wish we weren't so busy, but I think we need to go check out some more cars.
Okay, while we do that, you check this out.
Rock crawling is quickly becoming a popular Utah pastime. While exploring the dunes and red rock crevices of Sand Hollow, it's plain to see why it's the most visited state park in all of Utah. Today, we're cruising with Slikrok Productions as they guide people over the obstacles of Trail Plan B.
Normally I'm more of a dunes person, just the speed. Just, you know, ripping some corners, hitting some bowls and stuff like that. It's actually my first time out here doing the rock crawling stuff, so it's a little different. It's no throttle, more, you know, you gotta be really good on your throttle and stuff, so it's fun. It's a good place to be.
I just love to be outside. Like when I was a kid, I used to ride motorcycles. I'd take my brother's motorcycle and cruise Main Street, but yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful area and it's thrilling. I like the thrill of going up the hills, and I know he's pretty much gonna make it every time. So yeah, I love it.
Plan B, we've done it a couple times before because it's challenging. It's not too challenging, you know you can do it, but it's just not like going down a paved road, you know, and it's a number 7. So, you know, 7s and 8s is about what we like to do, because we like to make sure we come back with our rig in one piece.
The guides have been great. Slikrok's putting it on, so they've been great. They actually towed me out, broken axle, so that's always fun. But, you know, first time out, break something, so, you know, lesson learned, but it's fun. It's a nice trail, I'd do it again. The ledges were a little, you know, a little sketchy going over those because 300-foot drop on the one, but beautiful scenery.
And while it's fun to be behind the wheel, rock crawling is also a spectator sport.
It's really fun to watch the people too, like that had a challenge right there, and we love getting off and watching them and rooting for them, hoping they make it out without tipping.
You get to kind of see how everybody else takes a different line. Some people are a little more crazy than others, so you'll see some people go straight up a hill, others will go around it. So just seeing the dynamic of different people getting together, and then obviously seeing all the cool machines. There's some nice ones. Oh, it's amazing.
It looks like, you know, is this thing really going to go up that trail? And you put it in gear and crawl just like a billy goat. These things are amazing. And they get better and better every year. The aftermarket people have done some amazing stuff. What they've had for tires and wheels, because wheels and tires, it's a must out here. You got to have the right tires and wheels, you got to have the right pressure.
Have spare parts. I gotta go back and buy an axle now, so definitely have some spare parts. I mean, we obviously have the spare belts and stuff, but yeah, keep some spare parts on there and go with people that know what they're doing. Go with a couple people the first few times, or other than that, just drive around, get to know the terrain first on like dunes and stuff like this, and then go through and rally it up.
Came out here probably 10 years ago and for a rally, and we loved it, and we've been coming back ever since. In fact, 2 years ago, we liked it so much we bought a home here.
St. George's, yeah. Very friendly and very fun. Lots to do, lots of great hikes, lots of great riding, lots of great places to eat.
Yeah, the problem with Utah is there's so many favorite parts. It's hard to name any one specific place. The scenery is so amazing, the people are amazing. It's just a great place to be.
The first thing you notice is the colors. Blue sky contrasting against red horizon. Blending Utah. The world goes on forever out here. There's nothing stopping you. In Blanding, you can ride right from downtown on Recapture Rim Trail, discovering the heritage of the West without limits or boundaries. Don't be held back. Join us in a land of true freedom. Blanding. More to be explored.
Wondering where your next OHV adventure will take you? Outsiders Utah has your answer with downloadable GPS routes, ride times, distance, local amenities, and other details. 360 street views of the trails that let you explore before you go, and more. Eliminate the guesswork and uncertainty and find a trail you'll love. Visit outsidersutah.com and see the trail before you ride the trail.
Jorgensen's Power Sports is your one-stop shop for all of your outdoor adventure needs. We carry a wide variety of ATVs, UTVs, RVs, firearms, outdoor accessories, and much more. Complete with both a service and warranty department. Check us out online at www.jhsport.com or give us a call at 435-896-6408.
Daggett, the sparsest populated county in Utah, is full of adventure. Seemingly endless territory, where after a few twists and turns, you can find yourself in a land that feels untouched by time. From desert to mountains and everything in between, Daggett County offers a picture-perfect experience for the modern explorer. It's what you find at the end of your adventure.
Hey everybody, welcome back to At Your Leisure. Here we are, Jordan Landing, cruise night, J.C. Hackett's rock and roll rocket. To me, there isn't anything more fun than this.
Cool.
I love this in the springtime. This is my good friend and one of my customers. This is Mark Palmer. And Mark brought his beautiful 1970 Cuda. And this is the first time in how many years?
40
years. Yeah. This has been a project, 40 years in the making, but here we are, and we get to celebrate this.
Yes, we do.
You know, I kind of have a special relationship with this automobile.
You adopted it.
We've been, almost, I'm just handing it back to you now, is all
right?
I'm doing. But Mark, what I want to know is this. 40 years you've had this car, there's obviously history behind this.
Oh yeah.
What's the history?
Well, I bought it when I was a sophomore in high school, and then right afterwards I wrapped it around a tree.
Oh, we wrapped it around a tree. Usually they go to the boneyard after that.
Yeah, not me.
This one was pretty good, but you know, you're still here to tell the
I'm here
tale.
to tell about it. And then about 15 years ago, we wanted to redo it. So I went down and had it repainted, and they put in a 440 out of a motorhome, which just didn't match. This is a number matching car. So then I brought it to you.
That's when we got involved.
That's when I met you and said, can you do this? And
you brought me an engine in a box.
And you rebuild it, put it back in for me, and then went crazy.
Then we went crazy from there, didn't we?
On this show, you put the drums into discs.
Four-wheel disc brake conversion, power disc brake. Here's the thing that I think is unique about the Cuda and the way that this looks. And you know, it's a pleasure to have you parked next to my own 67.
There you go.
But when you compare the fronts of them and the big open nose, I love the headlight positions and I love the deep grille here. It just kind of gives it almost kind of like that Barracuda.
It is the bike, yep.
So can we open the hood?
Please, yeah.
Okay, when we look at this and we get that image of that big block Chrysler engine.
Ain't it cool?
But what's really cool about this is that's the original one. And we left that just the way it is so that people could see that and understand that that has made it through time. Now, I don't know about you, but that kind of gets my heart pumping.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's absolutely awesome. Mark, I'm just super happy with it. This is super exciting. I don't think there was a better place that we could just bring it out and say, we're gonna get this out, we're gonna have you drive it, and we're gonna show it off that one of J.C. Hackett's cruise nights right here in Jordan Landing.
First one, I'm gonna be to many more to come. And thank you, I can't thank you enough for what you did for me, brother.
You're very welcome.
The best.
Very good. Hey everybody, stay tuned. Got more At Your Leisure coming up.
Welcome to the Great Basin. Welcome to Delta, Utah. In Delta, you'll find more than just friendly smiles and blue skies. Out here, unending trails take you all the way to the border and into hidden canyons you never knew existed. Explore Topaz Mountain in the West Desert, ride for days on end, rockhound, or just enjoy the quiet of rural Utah. After a day of OHV adventure, we'll take care of you as if you were one of our own. Come to Delta. Here, everyone is welcome.
Join us on AYL 24/7 with early access to commercial-free episodes, detailed trip itineraries, a look behind the scenes, group discussions and forums, profile and account customization, individual segments, and a nostalgic trip to classic episodes. We want our viewers to get the show they want to see when they want to see it. It's all the viewing you've grown to love and more. Sign up now at AYLTV.com.
Before you pack the car,
before you plan the route, make sure your vacation
be the one you always dreamed of.
With a pre-trip visit to Tunex.
Locally owned,
regionally connected.
Tunex can get you on the road
and keep you there. No matter where you travel in Utah.
From timing belts to oil changes,
transmission service or new brakes,
a towing upgrade or even a tune-up.
We have the certified technicians
to do the job right. There's a Tunex near you.
Find it at tunex.com.
With just days left to comment on the BLM Conservation and Landscape Health Rule, motorized recreation is losing the comment battle. If you love wheeled or motorized recreation in Utah, this is a potentially devastating rule. It brings conservation issues to the front of land management policy and puts them in BLM control. You have until July 5th to comment. Go to AYLTV.com and click on the link BLM comment. Don't rely on the other guy. Go to AYLTV.com, BLM tab right now.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are at Jordan Landing at the Classic Car Show.
You know, and it's so much fun because we're car people and we relate with so many people. And like you were talking about, the Kids Awards.
Oh my gosh, there was 93 kids that voted on a car.
93 kids have voted on the Kids' Choice Award. Just absolutely fantastic. This is nothing but family. When you involve car people, you're involving family. Let's look a little closer into that.
This was my dad's car, and it was our daily driver when I was a kid growing up. And my dad couldn't part with it, so it kind of got put in my grandma's garage. And I said, hey, how about you let me drive that, and I'll fix it up and drive it. And my dad said, yeah, I'll do that. He says, I'm not giving it to you, but you can drive it. And then a couple of years later, he gave it to me. He was really attached to the car. He just couldn't give it up, and I think he'd be thrilled to see it today.
I got a long history with JC. I actually used to put some shows on with him. I think it's great. It gives, you know, there's a lot of retired people here that got a few cars. Gary Swenson sticks in my mind. He's got a real cool car. It gives him something to do 3 or 4 nights a week, and it becomes a family. I think the car culture itself is awesome. The more people we can get in and keep them involved, the better off we all are.
The candy dish, okay? The kids that were coming out getting candy out of that dish 40 years ago are now bringing their kids out to get candy out of the candy dish.
So then my son wanted to get into it, so we found him a car and started building it. And then we would go to these car shows, and then it became a competition between the two of us, who was going to win that time. A lot of the car show guys would kind of feed on that, and they'd go, okay, well, here's father and son. And unfortunately, just a little over a year ago, he passed away. And so it's been kind of tough to come to these without him, but his daughter, which is my granddaughter, she took over the 27 Roadster that we built. Now we started that competition back and forth again, where it's the grandpa against the granddaughter. And we both enjoy it because we have the memories of doing it with her dad, because like I say, it's a family thing. We like to do it as a family.
Now, you know, one of the really cool things about coming to a car cruise like this is, of course, the awards that are given out. And it gives a little bit of recognition, but it doesn't matter who they go to. It's all one great big family here. And I have the pleasure of giving away, I think this is the first ever for you, the AYL At Your Leisure Choice for 2023. And this is the first time, so it's very commemorative.
Yeah, true. We've never done an award on your behalf before.
No. So, I mean, this is awesome. And we have to thank JC for doing this, because he did this just the last moment. Good for you, buddy. Anyway.
Can I have permission to use your logo?
You do. Yeah, well, it's really not up to me.
Yeah, it's not on there.
I don't know. I don't have any choice in that matter, so it's fine with me, you know. But anyway, this is a special award. It really needs to go to somebody who's really been looking forward to be a part of this activity for some time. I've certainly had a pleasure to be involved in this process, but we have a new hot rodder right along with us tonight. 1970 Cuda. It's purple. It's a great babe. This goes for Mark and Lisa Palmer. So we want to welcome them. We need to welcome them to the Classic Car Hot Rod and Hobby. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The very first one. You guys are well deserved of it.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully we didn't scare you away, nor the weather. So you know what? We're taking a picture. And while we do that and check out some more of these awards, you guys check out this story coming up.
I'm Reece Stein.
And I'm Marianne, at your leisure in the South American country of Colombia.
In the notorious city of Medellin, once the most dangerous city in the world. Today, a mecca for tourists.
Hard to believe this modern, bustling city of 2.5 million was once the murder capital of the world. From the late 1970s through the early 1990s, more than 4,000 people, including 500 police officers, were killed as the Medellin cartel reigned over a cocaine operation that brought in more than $180 million a day, likely the last place you'd ever want to go on vacation. But that was past. Today, Medellin, as the locals pronounce it, is transformed. While Colombia is still the world's leading producer of coca and exporter of cocaine, it has become known for its scenery and year-round subtropical climate.
We came because we love to travel. We love the Central and South America, and just the climate, the people, the culture, everything down here, especially the worm.
The infamous history of Medellin doesn't deter these world travelers.
I feel completely safe. I have to say my family, even to this day, is texting me saying, is it safe? Is it safe? But I felt completely safe. It's opened my eyes to Colombia.
Dancers welcome us to the painted tourist town of Guatape, 50 miles from Medellin. Every building in this small village is a work of art done by the residents, called the most colorful town in the world, and it's hard to argue. Nearby Guatape Lake, a man-made pond about the size of Utah's Strawberry Reservoir, is a relaxing escape.
The neatest things is some of the homes and the beautiful tranquility that you get here.
Medellin's upper crust have built lavish digs on the shores. This was once the home of Pablo Escobar, maybe the world's most infamous and richest drug kings.
Escobar had a home here, so did some of his other drug traffickers or drug cartel members. They all built homes here in the early 1990s.
1993 rival gangs planted 400 pounds of TNT in his bathroom and blew the place to bits. The ruins remain as a tourist curiosity and reminder of Medellin's violent past. Escobar was gunned down by police 8 months later, his death memorialized by Botero. Towering over Guatape is this granite dome, 656 feet high, some 65 million years old. 708 steps lead to the top of this national monument. Unfortunately, we had to hurry back to Medellin. With forebodingly steep hills, subways are impossible here. Medellin had to invent a new system of mass transit. The city went over instead of under with the world's first urban gondola system. Currently, it has 5 lines connecting with buses and the single-route tram. The gondolas are the only link many hillside neighborhoods have with this downtown. We wander into one of the more infamous neighborhoods, Comuna 8. Once a stronghold of paramilitary groups fighting against the government, it is now a community garden decorated with sculptures made from any available material. Local leaders started a recycling center to employ some of the area residents away from drugs and gangs and encourage environmental best practices. They treat us to lunch of edibles common to the people of the Comuna. A great ending to our visit to this reborn city.
I was surprised. What I'm excited about is it seems to have a rebirth, and it must have been a horrible situation back in the 1990s, but it's so neat to see the people have come back and this beautiful garden that we're standing in right now. It just goes to show people can always have hope and change things. Thank goodness.
Reece Stein at your leisure along the way in Medellin, Colombia.
Stedman's. Ride hard, play hard.
Sometimes you just gotta play dirty, and dirt has been the Stedman's family playground for 50 years. Come jump on or into your new side-by-side, ATV or dirt bike, and make your own trail with Stedman's in Tooele, your dealer for sales, service, and accessories. Looking for road bikes or e-bikes? We have those too. Go online or come in today and see the Stedman's family and check out their incredible line from only the best: Yamaha, Honda, Polaris, and Beta.
You might think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
At Your Leisure has a long-standing reputation and a large, loyal audience of adventurers in the outdoors. Although we're excited to continue to grow and enjoy the shared success of our longtime sponsors, we have space for more. And if you have a brand that would benefit from the 2 decades of goodwill that we've built, contact us at AYLTV.com and let us amplify your voice above the competition.
When you're ready for adventure, fuel your machine with Clear 91. Fuel for performance, fuel for adventure, and fuel for the long haul. Ethanol-free, 91 octane. Fill up with Clear 91. Only available at Eagles Landing. With you for the long haul.
Utah is known for its mountains, but there aren't a lot of mountains that offer you adventure like this. Here in Hanksville, we're home to the Henry Mountains. Trails branch off toward hidden bluffs, and bison roam free as if you've traveled back to the days of the pioneers. Come to Hanksville and discover the Henry Mountains. Hanksville, Utah, your base camp for thrills.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure.
You know, I'm digging this 57 Pontiac right here because
awesome.
I dig the lines, and this paint is just beautiful and smooth. I love the red.
I love the red too.
Just like our own car.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I just can't get enough of it.
Well, while he's drooling over this car, you guys check out next week's show.
Next week, Chad is joining Mike Saparis from Range Valley Ranch and Randy Stedman of Stedman's Recreation on a great OHV journey to show you that this huge water yield has led to some incredible sights right in our backyard. Then Brett Hermanson is back, and he's putting in the miles on his side-by-side, and now he's due for a clutch replacement. Come along as he's going to show us how it's done. And finally, we're meeting back up with the Johnson family as they show us the continuing journey into Hendrick's mini motocross sponsorship with Edge Power Sports and take us out for a fun-filled day at his first race. Now let's look at the upcoming calendar of events. First up, July 6th through the 9th is the Rally in the Pines, which is America's great Western ATV and side-by-side event located where the Lemhi Mountain Range meets the Lost River Range. Then, due to the heavy snowfall this year, the Beaver Jamboree that is usually held in the spring was pushed back, and now it's running July 11th to the 14th. So be sure to come to Beaver this summer for one of the most popular OHV events in the state. Also, if you want to help protect your public land access, the last day to comment on the BLM Conservation and Landscape Health Rule is July 5th. So we strongly encourage you to visit utahpla.com and AYLTV.com for more information on how you can submit your comments and concerns to the BLM. Hey everybody, we've had a great time today. This has been absolutely fantastic. The weather's not too bad.
Except for a little rain.
Just one little rain shower. We dried them off once. That kind of counts as the car wash for the year for ours. Is how that works. It's wonderful. Springtime in Utah, we know what that's been like this year especially. So we're happy for a little bit of blue sky, and we're doing really good. So with all that in mind, we're going to challenge you to get off your couch because there is adventure around every bend.
Get out and create your own adventure.
At your leisure! Woohoo! Yeah!